Let's get to the CME Group in Chicago. Rick Santelli with the Santelli Exchange. Rick, I'm interested in how this morning and the opening bell here was read in the Midwest, where you are.
Listen, the human tragedy is the issue that is most discussed in Chicago. I think there's a lot of debate as to exactly the process of, what exchanges should do, how they should remain open, how they should be separated electronically, the fragmentation of the equities versus the more consolidated futures. These are all debates that have been ongoing for the last several days. But, of course, the biggest debate of all is, the subway system, transportation, people out of power. We understand. And so there's two discussions going on. But really, there's a third discussion going on as well. 1 year ago, 8th largest U.S. bankruptcy, MF. And I'll tell you what, it's a very surreal day down here. Because I will tell you this, it's been a year, but there is nobody that is more unpopular in the circle of futures trading in Chicago than John Corzine, probably more unpopular than Bartman, the gentleman, of course, who touched that baseball in 2003, that doesn't come around much, hasn't been seen much, refuses interviews. Many people down here see a lot of similarities. And when you look at all the stories of the day, one word emerges, it's connectivity. And that, I think, is the way to summarize today, and not the type of connectivity we're talking about regarding computers and trading or telephones, but to political forces. Obviously, an ex-governor, an ex-senator, and the type of connectivity he had to the current administration, to his financial efforts of the current incumbent in the White House and how he bundled people in Chicago and the futures industry nationwide that I interact with. Every visitor group that comes on the floor, it comes up. And people's memories are not going to go away. And they really do isolate two issues. The first issue is how our man, Mr. Terry Duffy, said that basically the question of how much Corzine knew about those transfers should be investigated, but his investigation was called off. And the fact that transfer to J.P. Morgan of that money just is as fresh and raw today as it was a year ago. We haven't heard the end of this. Chicago's going to keep pushing the envelope to find answers. Back to you.
Less popular than Bartman. Rick, that says a lot for anybody who's followed Chicago or baseball over the years. Thanks a lot.